Good morning and happy Easter. Because of the lockdown, I'm spending this Easter alone. And I have quite some time on my hands, as we all do. So I decided to tell you a little bit about the Romanian Easter. I'm Romanian, and Easter is one of the two most important holidays of the year. Of course, Christmas is number one. For Christmas and Easter, we cook a lot. The day usually works out like we start eating at around midday and we finish at about 6-7 p.m. So there's a lot of food involved. As this year I had quite a bit of time on my hands, I decided to try to cook a little bit of the traditional foods that we usually have during Easter. What you need to know is that we usually start our meal with a selection of appetizers and salads. Then we have the soup, which usually is lamb soup. It's sour because we use, we like to eat a lot of sour soups. Then we have the traditional Romanian dish, which is sarmale. These are cabbage rolls filled with meat and rice, and we eat them with polenta and sour cream. After that, we have the lamb stew. After the lamb stew, we have the traditional Easter cheesecake. Then we have our traditional national sweet, which is called cozonac, and it's like a sweet bread filled with different things like cocoa, walnuts, Turkish delight. The more the better. And then after that, we have like a selection of different smaller cakes. So as you can imagine, it's a lot of food. Of course, I did not cook all of that, but I did cook a small selection. So first thing that we do in the Big Thursday, we call it Big Thursday, we make the eggs. Being alone, I only made 5 eggs, but I'm pretty happy with how they look like. So to make red eggs, we usually use egg dye, and you can buy a pack for like 50 cents or even less, and you have 5 colors, and each color can get you between 10 and 20 eggs depending on the brand. I had this color from last year from my trip to Poland, and yeah, making only 5 eggs, you can see the color is pretty beautiful. Oh, Tippy, no, sorry, that's my cat. Yeah, so it's traditional, the eggs are done always on a Thursday. On a Friday, nobody's cooking. Again, something to do with religion. I'm not really sure what, because I'm not religious. Now, going to the appetizers. This was always, growing up, my favorite part of the Easter meal, because you have like the entire table. It's full of salads, appetizers, like you get ham, you get cheese, you get olives, you get spring onion, you get like this traditional thing that is called drop. This is made traditionally out of lamb organs. So you have like liver, hearts, lungs, all sorts. I did not find lamb liver, so I made it with chicken. Yeah, so it has onions, the organs, and then it has like an egg in the middle. It's really good. I know some people can be put off by this, but in Romania we eat a lot of offal, so yeah, for me this is delicious. Then one of the traditional salads that we have is called salata de bœuf. This is my version. It's quite easy to make. So you usually put like potatoes, you put carrots, of course boiled, you have pickles, like always pickles, peas, then originally you make it with beef, but you can make it with chicken as well as the meat that goes inside. You mix everything with mayo, and then you just decorate it nicely with pickles, and also with pickled peppers, which of course I did not find. the Romanian pickled peppers are different than the one you can find in England, for example, because the ones in England, they're sweet, while ours are not sweet. They're like pickles, like the cucumber that's pickled. So it's more acidic and it has a different flavor. So I would not put sweet pickled peppers in this. It will just ruin it. Now, this is my favorite salad. It's so easy to make. I don't know if it's traditional or not, but my mom used to make it all the time. This is mushrooms from a can with pickles, garlic, mayo, and dill. It's delicious, like so good. I could eat that whole bowl right now and maybe even another one. Now, for the main meal, as I said, we have sarmale. I did not make sarmale because it's quite difficult to make and the ingredients are quite hard to find. So the meat is inside cabbage rolls, but you need pickled cabbage for this, and you need like the whole leaf of the cabbage. Now, I can find pickled cabbage in the supermarkets, like sauerkraut, but I cannot find it whole, and I need it whole. The lamb we cook usually on the Sunday, and I'll show you how I'm gonna cook mine. It's marinating at the moment. So let's go to desserts. Like this. Yum. This is a baked cheesecake. It's called pasca. And you can do it like with the dough or without the dough. I like to do it without the dough because I love this filling. It's pure like cream cheese inside with raisins, and you have like sugar, you have eggs, you have sour cream. So it's absolutely delicious. Like every single person who tries this, they're like, wow, what is this delicious dessert? We only make it once a year. I should make it more times a year because it's so good, and it's really easy to make, but yeah, I never make it more than that. And to end, this is cozonac. So this is the Romanian traditional dessert. I'm quite lucky because I could find this. Usually you cannot find it outside Romania unless you go to a specific Romanian shop, which I don't know anywhere around here. So this is the sweetbread. This is a good brand. I always buy from them if I have to buy it in the shop. It's quite difficult to make at home. I mean, not difficult, but you have to knead the dough a lot. Like the more you knead the dough, the fluffier it is, and you want it as fluffier as possible. Yeah, so this is a little bit about our traditional Easter meal. Now, come with me into the kitchen and let's do the lamb. Welcome to my kitchen. Time to make the lamb. Here is the lamb. I marinated earlier. I did like a very easy marinade with thyme from my garden and with rosemary. Unfortunately, my rosemary plant died, so I had to use some rosemary from a jar, but that's fine. Any rosemary would do. So I mixed the herbs together, and I put a little bit of oil, and then I brushed the rack of lamb. I made sure that the marinade got everywhere. So I gave this rack of lamb a little bit of a massage and then left it for an hour and a half. Meanwhile, I part-boiled some potatoes, sprinkled a little bit of sea salt on top, and then put them in the oven because they need a little bit more time than the lamb. I want the lamb to be rare to medium rare. This is how I like it. Yeah, but now it's time to cook the lamb. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of garlic and I'm gonna stuff it into the piece of meat. So I need a knife. Just make some incisions. That's fine. Now I'm gonna wash my hands. Now I'm going to sear the rack of lamb and then just put it in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes. I'll check it after 20 minutes and see how it is. Now to sear the lamb, I'm just gonna put some oil in the pan. Any oil would work. And I'm gonna heat it up on 7. You need really hot oil for searing. Here the oil is ready, so you have to be very careful because it's gonna splash. Yeah, that's the sound you want to hear. It doesn't need a lot of time. Look how beautiful it is, and the smell is just unreal. It lost the garlic. I didn't do a great job stuffing it, but that's okay. Okay, time to go in the oven for 20 minutes. Oh, it smells unbelievable. Look at those potatoes, they are really crispy. Okay, fingers crossed. Perfect. 65 degrees, excellent. Oh, okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it rest. So I'm gonna take it out of the pan and let it rest for about 10 minutes or so. Okay. And actually, I want the potatoes a little bit more crispy, so give them another stir. Here in the lamb juice. And I'm gonna put them back in the oven for maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see. While the lamb is resting, I'm gonna do like a really quick port reduction because it tastes really nice on top of the lamb. So I have here a pan. I put some rosemary and some thyme. And I'm just gonna pour some port. I don't even know how old this port is or what kind of port it is, but anyway. So there are many ways of making a reduction, but I'm just gonna do the easiest, which means I'm just gonna pour port over the herbs and just reduce it over a low heat for about 6 to 7 minutes. And that's it. The lamb is ready and I'm really looking forward to have my Easter meal. I have to tell you a little secret. This is the first time I'm actually cooking rack of lamb, and so far I'm pretty happy with the result. Happy Easter! Cheers!